Hey y'all, it's Chris with Rockin Farm. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the seed starting system. I'm just hands-free with the phone here. I don't have the external mic hooked up or anything like that, so I hope the audio quality is not too bad. But, and this isn't really a true representation because obviously I've been in here messing with things, but I wanted to show y'all, see like this one. I have not touched this one at all, and as you see, we have some damp soil right in this area, and look, there's our string. So this was a test because one of the things that y'all may have noticed is that anybody who's ever bought potting soil in a bag, you know this stuff is dry. It is so dry. That's how they keep it light. So the very first thing you do when you get potting soil is you get a 5-gallon bucket or a wheelbarrow or something, you dump a bunch of soil in it, you add a bunch of water, and you rehydrate the soil. These here are straight dry soil that I put these wicking strings in. So it's really kind of crazy because the wicking string down here is dripping wet, and the wicking string that's up in the soil is actually damp. I mean, if you take the dirt out and feel the string, you can feel that it is moist, and the soil around the string is moist. Not nearly wet enough, but my experiment proved true. So now if I take the soil, reconstitute some water back into it, rehydrate the soil, put my wicking strings in, and I've actually made a decision too. I'm going to cut my wicking strings closer to 20 inches long because I'm going to let them wind around in the dirt a little bit more and hang down into the water a little bit more. And the wicking string that I bought, the reason I was just leaving it straight up the middle is because I was being cheap. I was going to pull it out and I was going to reuse the string next year. But I think what I'm going to do is let it wiggle its way around the dirt a little bit more, and then when it's time to plant, I will cut the wicking string off at the bottom of the cup, toss it in the hole, take the plant out of the cup, put the plant in the hole, and just let that 100% cotton wicking string break down with all the plant root and plant material and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and stop being so cheap because it was cheap. So I can just buy more next year if this works out. And I'm going to cut the string to about 20 inches, wind it around in the dirt a little bit more, get the dirt wet so it's really ready to start wicking and absorbing and keeping that seed nice and moist. And then I'm going to, let me see, I guess that's about it, really. Sorry, trying to think about a lot of things. I got a lot of little projects going on. So I'll show y'all when I get ready to do some of that, and I'm going to start getting all of this stuff ready so that like next Saturday we can just put seeds in. I was really excited to maybe think about starting to plant this weekend, but most plants say 6 weeks or so before your last frost date, or before your planting date. We're planning on planting April 1st, basically. So that means that Valentine's Day weekend is 6 weeks before, and from what I've seen about these grow lights, I think these plants are going to get really big and really beefy. I'm almost thinking that if I start this week, they might get too big. So I'm going to try to be patient, and I'm going to try to hold off one more week, take advantage of the extra week to keep working on other things on the homestead and get all of this system ready to plant so that next Saturday we just drop seeds in and put them back on the shelf. That's the plan for now. Check in with you later on this project. Even in here? Get out of the laundry room, chicken! Come on, it's bad enough when you're bothering me in the barn. Get out of the laundry room, chicken. Now get off the porch, chicken. Go be a chicken. Come on, go be a chicken. I don't think I told y'all, but the chickens are on strike. Looks like winter has finally settled in on this Central Texas homestead as far as the birds are concerned anyhow. We're down to 1 egg a day, which if we all eat eggs every day, and when we're in the egg, we do, our family eats 9 eggs a day. So it's been about a week or so since the kids have had an egg. I got to make sure that I get mine, and we're running out quick. I'll tell you what, y'all, I refuse to buy eggs at the store. I may just stop eating eggs until the birds start laying again. We've upped their feed a little bit. We've added a couple of supplements. I really don't want to do the light in the coop thing. I'm just hoping they'll start getting back. You know, if we get a few of them laying and we get to a half dozen a day or so, I'm okay with that. I don't need what they lay in the summer. That's where I sell a lot of eggs. And with all the hens we've got coming this summer, we're gonna have more eggs than we know what to do with for sure. We're definitely gonna have to find some more customers for the eggs. With me working down in a major city, I'm kind of hoping maybe I can take advantage of that market to some extent, arrange some drop-offs like on my way into work or something. We'll just have to see though. You know, we're also not far from Killeen or Georgetown. Those are both pretty good markets, but those markets are a little more saturated because we're in the country. There's more people selling eggs. But anyhow, yeah, right now chickens are on strike. I've got, as far as I can tell, 2 chickens that are laying every other day, because I get a big egg one day, and then I get an egg that's slightly smaller than this and a slightly darker brown the next day. And then I get an egg just like this the next day, and then slightly smaller and slightly darker brown the next. So as near as I can tell, I've got 2 chickens that are laying every other day. And I'm pretty sure it's my 2 chickens that get out and have access to all this grass. So I really need to get my birds back on grass. They love the grass. It's just not ready for them yet. All right, y'all, I think I'm done working on this thing for today. So you can see I made a little adjustment. I don't have lights on that top shelf anymore. Now the lights are on that bottom shelf, which I know for an old guy like me, that makes no sense. But I have so much more room on that bottom shelf. And if I decide to expand the system to there, then that's great. When I start growing lettuce, I probably won't be using that bottom shelf, you know, the floor anyhow. I'll just use these 2 shelves. And at some point I am going to get more lights. So one of the other things you might have noticed is that I was able to put 8 holes in each container. So what I ended up with was a total of 15 containers with 8 holes apiece. Quick math is 120. So I believe that's right. 120 plant starts, which is probably more than I need for this year. And if we get bigger next year, I can always expand the system. So still got a long way to go here, because obviously we haven't planted yet, but you can see that I've got all the cups drilled out. I've got the cups in the totes. I still need to put wicking string in all of the cups. And because I was only planning on doing like 96 and I did 120 instead, I ran out of cups. So I need to, next time I go to the grocery store, grab some more cups, get those dropped in there. Picked up some Sharpies when I stopped by the Dollar General or one of those other stores, because that's the nice thing about this, is that I'll just write right here on the cup, this is an atomic grape tomato, or this is a jalapeno pepper. So labeling is really easy. I think it's going to be a really good system, y'all. And this has been Chris with Rockin 8 Farm. And until I see you again, be happy and live healthy.